Howdy, 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 everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, I'm doing a live. So here we are, my 1 year YouTube anniversary. I cannot believe it. Seriously cannot believe it. So a year's gone by really fast. Like I feel like I put out a ton of stuff and it just feels like I just started. So a little bit of stuff to cover really quick. So just want to call out that some of the products that I'm going to be using this evening were gifted to me as part of the design teams that I am on. So I was given them for free as part of the design team, but it is a highlight of my year. So I just wanted to use some of those products and call that out. And so the giveaways. I have 3 giveaways tonight. You need to stay on the live all the way to the end. I'm going to have 3 trivia questions. Each package is worth about $45, all from Anthony's Paper Craft, partially because that's just one of the highlights from the year. It's my first design team, so I thought it's extremely appropriate to give out some Anthony's Paper Craft product. He is going out of business, so I will no longer be on that design team as of January 1. Head on over to his channel or his website. Everything is 50% off until January 1. Really good deals. I've got some of my favorites in the packages that I'm giving out. So I got some of my favorites to give away. I got some of the stuff that I very first used on my first video to give away. So I'm super excited. So hopefully you can hear me. I see Elizabeth commenting, time flies when you craft, so I'm assuming you can hear me. So welcome. So I've got the giveaways. You got to stay till the end. You also, for the giveaways, you need to be a subscriber to my channel, and you need to find me on Instagram at Manly Made Minute and follow me on Instagram, and then get the trivia questions right at the end. So we'll have 1 trivia question per package. So pay attention to what I am telling you tonight, because there's some things in there that you're going to need to know. So extremely excited. I want to talk about, really quick before I get started, some highlights of my first year. So I need to start off by saying, first off, this is a lot of work. Like, holy criminy. This is a ton of work. So I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed. I love showing my stuff to everyone and love the comments and all the feedback and all the support. But man, anybody that does YouTube, any creator that does like videos and social media stuff, it's a lot of work. By the time you figure out what you're going to do, by the time you video it, by the time you edit it, then by the time you promote it and put the thumbnails up, it's a ton of work, way more than I thought, but I'm still in it. So the other thing is the self-discovery for this year has been just tremendous. Everything from learning new techniques, watching everybody else, and trying different stuff, and then like expanding my plethora of products. So, full disclosure, started crafting, card making during COVID. Knew that there were companies out there, started buying on Amazon, and never did Temu. So, started buying on Amazon and doing some cheaper products, right? So, discovering through this process since COVID of the quality of products and different things that are out there. So self-discovery in products. I started buying other product lines. Altenew was one of them. I'm addicted to Altenew at the moment. I'm purchasing a ton more Gina K. If anybody got the Gina K mystery boxes today, I got one of them, so I'm super excited. My first mystery box with a ton of product in them. So just the self-discovery. Then the self-discovery of products and how to use them and not being shy to use them. So the self-discovery alone has just been really fun. Hey, Jana, welcome, Jana. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Then just the anticipation. I mean, I joined actually in December on YouTube to do videos. Didn't actually kick my first video out. My first video wasn't until January 17th, so almost a month later. It was getting over the nerves. It was trying to figure out the tech part of it and getting it set up and trying to like figure out like how do you do this and then edit it and what program to edit. So it took me about a month, but then it was actually 2 weeks probably of just getting over the nerves to put out a video. So my first video, hint, my first video was January 17th of 2023. That video was using white paper scrap. So I look back at it now, it's still a good card. I'm still really proud of it because it was my first video, extremely proud of it. It was my first card, white scraps going across the front of the card. Then just taking a thank you stamp and stamping thank you all over it in rainbow colors. So that was my first card. Video's still out there, so go find that video. Hopefully there's a difference between that video and my recent videos, but so head on out, find that first video of my thank you card. Then as I was starting to do these, I was wanting to get some more stuff out, also trying to increase that algorithm and figuring that stuff out. And I decided to start 2 series. So I started my Monday Moments. So I have a Monday Moment every Monday where I share tips, tricks, and helpful hints. These are things that I've discovered myself, things that I've learned from other crafters, and that I have found useful. So I try to give useful stuff, or everything from card tips to craft organization to just all that, you know, containers to use, different techniques to, like magnets to put your die cuts up on, all that kind of stuff. So I started Monday Moments, and then I started Scrappy Shorts every other Saturday. And that's where I literally take my scrap bucket, got it out for tonight, and go through and dig through this. I have 3 scrap buckets underneath. It was too much to get out on the counter. I go through and try to find what I want to make something out of, right? Or tips to make some stuff out of, like just die cutting a whole bunch of leaves and having those in stock, or like literally just taking and cutting into strips, or using background. I got a background one coming out this weekend, and how to use like backgrounds that you've already made and what to do with them. So I started 2 series. Those series, thank you, Jana, is one thing that I found it really pushes you to start thinking of how to do this, and what to do and what to share. And then it actually makes you think as a creator what to put out there. So I'm going to continue those. I have another idea in my head, so Monday Moments may go away and do another one for a little while. I've got an idea that I think I want to do for another series for a little while. So I might put Monday Moments aside because I want to do this one. But anyway, then I started watching on Instagram. I'm just sharing some highlights and then we're going to make a card, I promise. I joined 2 card hops. I saw these card hops. I actually didn't even know what they were on Instagram. And I asked a couple people that were in these card hops. I had some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful ladies reach out to me that were running these 2 card hops that I'm on, and I joined them because of their interaction, and they were just really, really special to give me information and to join. It's non-judgmental, and I joined because I needed some pushing of card ideas, and I needed to get that creative mojo going and keep it going. These, I'm telling you, they have pushed my, I shouldn't say pushed me to the limit. They pushed that creative boundary of just the theme for the week. And honestly, I do now. I purchased a lot of stuff this year to get my stash up because I didn't have a huge stash a year ago. So you got to look at these themes and go, what do I have that I can make this with? I do have a Cricut, so I can use my Cricut, but that doesn't always work, right? So the hops have just been so helpful and so fun, especially just interacting with the group of people that are in it and watching each other's post. And honestly, watching everybody else, what they post in that theme every week is just astonishing to me. That like it sometimes is like not even close to what I came up with or what I was thinking, and that's what I like about it. So I am on 2 card hops, going to continue that. Because I just find it so fun creating and then literally waiting to see what everybody else puts out. So that kind of keeps that creative stuff going for me. Then craft roulette. I did a couple craft roulettes for the same concept of card hops and the challenge, and then that whole spinning the wheel and not knowing. And I had to put pause on that. I'm going to continue craft roulettes, but I just put pause with time and vacations and holidays and different things. So I'm going to go back to card roulette. I know there's one tomorrow with Biddy Penny, who I am on the design team with Desiree Tangles with. So I will watch Biddy Penny. And I'm probably going to craft along this time and make the card along with this Friday because it's Biddy Penny and I want to support her. So then a couple more, just the connections. I have had some people I've reached out to on their coloring techniques and things, and we just continue to share. We just continue to check on each other, Merry Christmas and all that stuff. And so that was unexpected. I've got a couple that have sent me some gifts, some surprise stuff, some free stuff because they saw I was doing this with cards and my watercoloring and pastels and things that they've sent me, and unexpected. So that community thing to me has really come to fruition, and I agree, Elizabeth. I got to pop that one up. I agree, totally agree. And I got a Biddy Penny video. I'm actually going to do a Biddy Penny live coming up in the next month with her Queen's paper, and we're going to do some mixed media with it. Super excited. She's given me permission because I purchased some. And so she's like, yeah, go for it. I can't wait to see what you do. So I've got some bitty penny stuff coming up. Hey, Norma. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. So the friendship in the community has just been really just so heartwarming and stuff this year. And that was, again, something unexpected. I just expected to go onto YouTube, put my stuff up, and hopefully get some followers that like my stuff, and here we are. And then getting into the products. And just really just learning these different product brands and how they work and what they have and how different they are from everybody else. Like Alta New when they're layering stencils and florals versus like Anthony's Papercraft and his style and his variety of stuff. And I've got some Hero Art stuff now. And Gina K, how very classic, very like just learning how to do these different products. And that's, you know, being on the design teams now and doing these videos has really pushed me to kind of get outside of that realm and learn these products and stuff. My newest addiction is anything and everything distress. I'm starting to purchase distress, everything distress. The inks, the oxides, the sprays, the spritz. You're probably going to see me this coming year head into that distress rabbit hole and down that alley and probably gear some of my style of stuff towards that because I'm thoroughly enjoying it and it's truly my taste of stuff. I've been scared to do it because mixed media seems so out there and it's so much easier to get this classic set of stamps, but I'm going to push myself down that mixed media road. I've been searching a lot of stuff on it. So those are my highlights for the year. Oh yeah, one of my other highlights. I recently did a 30-day challenge to myself. Hint, 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 hint. Of watercolor. I've got 30 videos out there on my channel. Check them out, start to finish. And that was purely for my own benefit of learning to watercolor better, learning different products. Watercolored pencils from Tim Holtz right now is my newest addiction, and I can't get enough of the watercolored pencils. I love them so much. They're just fantastic. So I did a 30-day challenge and did the same stamp from Hero Arts, Peony Bunches, until the very end. The very end, I did, it's up here, I used this stamp set and for my final watercolor challenge to see if I could rope everything in to what I learned in 29 days into one card and change the stamp up. So there's a video on this one too of what I did and what I used, so check that one out. And that was probably one of the fun, I think I just said it on ECR's live this past Monday, it was probably one of the funnest things I think I've done all year since starting my YouTube channel and starting cards, because it really just got me thinking about process and product and everything. So that was my 30-day challenge, was watercoloring with a floral stamp. And remember, this is my first year anniversary, so I've been doing this for 1 year. Those are kind of my highlights of everything I just felt was really just important to me this year, and everything that I've learned, and went from there. So I want to just do a quick little timeline, and this timeline is going to relate to the card we're going to make. Then we're going to get into this card. So this card is going to be a overview of my year. It's like a year in review card. And I just did a card, I have a card coming out tomorrow for a card hop where I use this, it's that new kind of like postage stuff, postage stamp die set. So, hey Jim Eber, welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us. So, quick timeline of what this card's going to look like. So my first thank you card is going to be on this card tonight. That was January 17th. Then I did I tried to test the tips, tricks, and helpful hints video. So I gathered all the stuff I could find in the house that I could stamp with and make a card with. And so I did household items that you can make backgrounds with. And that video's still up. Go back, way back in the very beginning of my 150, 60 videos that I have out right now. And so that's going to be on there. That was January 15th, so a month later then I posted another one. Then a couple days later I did a weaving technique, and then I did that a little series over Easter, just for Easter basket weaving and stuff, just to kind of test this hack series and kind of keep up with that stuff. Then I started on Anthony's Papercraft, and so my first video with Anthony's Papercraft as a design team member was the Zinnias. Still one of my favorite stamps, and I think it's just because it was my first video and like it kind of sits there as, you know, in your heart kind of thing, right? Then I got on this butterfly kick, so butterfly stamps and die cuts and different things, and then I got this huge butterfly card. I put all these butterflies on and got a Pinterest idea, so that video's out there to check that one out. Altenew, I got my first Altenew stamp, and it's a layering stamp, and we're going to use that on the card this evening. And then I got into, I had bought some embossing folders, like I said at the beginning, from Amazon, cheaper stuff. Then I did my first Altenew stamp. And so that's on there, and I'm putting that on my highlighted card because I'm just in love with these Altenew florals and things. Love the layering stencils, and I've got the hibiscus die cut that I have not done yet. Jim, where did you get your apron? Looks really cool. Oh, Amazon. I just Googled men's craft apron, and I wanted more industrial kind of look, so I got it on Amazon. 20 bucks, I think, 30 bucks. So, Amazon. Oh, thank you, Jana. I had to dress up for tonight. This is like a big deal to me, and so I had to put the bow tie. This is my holiday bow tie and holiday suspenders. So I had to dress up just a little bit for the occasion. Then Hero Arts peonies, because that was a highlight of my 30-day challenge. That's going on here. Ink smushing with an old book page is going on here because that was my biggest video I have to date. With I have 9,738 views on that video. That video, for some reason, it hit and it hit and then it hit within the week, like within a day, and then all of a sudden it just was like a couple hundred a day and then 1,000 a day. For like a week. Not sure what I did, not sure what made it hit, but 9,738 hits on that video. It's ink smushing with old books, and it was Tim Holtz stuff, one of my first Tim Holtz videos, so maybe that's what made it hit. So check that video out. Get me at 10,000. Go check that video out. All right, let's make a card. I have done a little pre-work just to make this not too long because I knew I'd be talking here at the beginning and I don't want this to be too long for us. So I'm going to use the Simon Says Stamp Postage Collage Cover die set. Okay, then I've already pre-cut out the frame and colored it, and then I've got everything ready for each individual stamp is going to represent these highlights that I just talked about. So let's head on down to my down cam and let's get started. All right. Okay, let's just get a little fun graphic up there for my year anniversary. Had to do some fun stuff. Okay, here is what I have. I took this stamp, this die set, okay, the postage die set, this here, and I first took a card front. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can get nice and up and close and personal here this evening. Let me just adjust. Give it time to focus on us. All right, okay, awesome sauce. All right, so I took the Tim Holtz Distress sprays and I sprayed a rainbow all over this card. Then I took the Distress Spritz in the matching color and I distressed over each of those colors to match. So I got this nice, shiny rainbow frame, okay? Not sure what's going on with my camera. It's not adjusting. So this is what we're going to use for our frame on this card. Just going to go on a simple black background because we're just going to layer up these stamps on here anyway. Okay. All right. Let's start with my first one. If you were listening, my first one. Let me get out my little sheet, my little cheat sheet here. The first one here is going to be the thank you card with the strips on it. Again, remember that. Thank you card with the strips on it. Now, because this is going to be so small, I'm not going to be able to stamp the thank you on here. So I'm just taking some strips of an old background. Why won't this focus on us here? It's like jumping all over on me. Let's see. Hang on one second. I got a little jump going on here. I'm going to unplug and replug just to see if I can get this to reset. Stand by. We're going to unplug and replug this in just to see if I can get a reset on that focus on there. All right, I'm not sure what's going on here, so I apologize for the what's happening here. All right. Well, we're gonna run with it. If I have to zoom out just to keep it in focus, we'll zoom out and I'll zoom in and show you on the front camera here as we move along. Technology. There's always technology, right? And I'm gonna just switch over to something here really quick so that we can just have a little something on here. I'm gonna throw my face up so you guys can see me, and then hopefully this will focus on us. All right, sorry. Well, I'll get this in focus as we go. Anyway, the thank you. So we're just going to add the strips to this postage and call it a day on this one because I don't have room to add a thank you because this strip is just too small to add the sentiment to it. So we're just going to go across here like my card. So now, if you write these down and then go back and watch these videos, you'll understand where this inspiration is coming from, okay? So this is the thank you, very first video thank you card with my scrap strips that I had. And then I just took a thank you stamp and stamped it over. It was one that I had all these scraps and I was trying to do the easiest card I can think of. So for my first video, because I was so nervous and sweaty and like you name it. It does get easier. If anybody's thinking on doing it, it does get easier. You don't need expensive equipment. You just got to know how to set it up and make it work. Like I can't figure out this one this evening to make it work. But and then you just have to be, honestly, you just have to be patient with the process and the technology and stuff. Yes, Elizabeth, it can be very touchy, and you and I should know. That's okay. I'm gonna story tell as we go here. So my first. Technically, I think it was my first live, actually, I think. Wasn't it, Elizabeth? Correct me if I'm wrong. Elizabeth and I decided to do a video, or live, together to promote Anthony's Papercraft as design team members. It started storming here about 10 minutes before our live. And I thought, well, let's just see. My craft room is above the garage here. We'll see if I can maintain. All right, here's number one, okay? I'm sorry, this is not adjusting, so hang on. We're going to do this with each one so you guys can see this, okay? Let's get that to focus. So this is number one, that thank you card, okay? Let's just head back down to the down camera here. I'm going to set that one aside. Number two is on the household that I think is hilarious. Where I went around the house, tried to find household stuff I could make a card with. And I ended up with this like dauber from a plastic packing thing. This one I think was a rag that I just took and tried to make a linen effect with. Bubble wrap, obviously. This was, I call it tooling. It's that stuff you can get at Michael's in a roll, and it's like tooling that you can make stuff with. It's web. It's like webbing. So that I was trying to get that linen kind of effect on that one. This one, I believe, was, I think this might have been saran wrap and daubed all over with saran wrap. This one was, I had like 5 wooden balls in my craft room that I'd made with something else. And anyway, I took and dipped the balls in re-inker, threw them in a box, and we've seen this with marbles, right? Put this in my splatter box, put the balls with ink all over them, and then rolled it around, and then I got this. So what the heck is going on here? Hang on one second. Hang on, I'm going to switch around and check my camera settings just to see what I am on. Gotta love this stuff, right? All right, let's reboot again. And then we're going to try a setting. Oh, I think that worked. I think that just might have worked. Let's hope. Nope. Let's see. I'm going to keep it about there for now. I am so sorry. You gotta love this stuff, right? Turn off autofocus. Let me see. Well, this seems to have done a little bit. I don't know what that in-camera thing is now. I'm going to reboot one more time here. All right. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there. We're going to just make this work. Yay, okay. Anyway, this is the balls rolling around. I want to use this one. So all I'm going to do, because this was about having backgrounds and doing homemade backgrounds out of stuff you have at home. So we're just going to do this. We're just going to do this and glue this on to make a background. And that's it for that one. Again, I'm trying to represent my year in review card of the highlights. So first video, then this was the first kind of crazy like how-to video. Okay, that's it. Second stamp done. Okay, all right. Third one was weaving. I look back at this weaving and I have to laugh because I was trying so hard. And so let me show you the samples here. So I went on my Cricut and I made these yellow pieces. So this is a piece of A2 cardstock. Then I had my Cricut cut out little slits in this so that I could use this to take my strips of paper and weave this in and make patterns. The patterns I just Googled how to weave, and then it's like you got to go over 1, under 2, over 3, under 5 to get different patterns. So that's what I did with these. And I just did them in 2 different colors to make them pop. I was just trying to promote basket weaving and things for Easter. I did make some Easter cards and stuff with this. So there's a video on these. Go check out my weaving series. I think I had, I don't know, 8 to 10 videos on that or something. Those are on my YouTube, all right? So we're gonna I'm just gonna use scraps again. I thought it was highly appropriate to use scraps because I did my scrappy shorts this year, so we're gonna use scraps. This was one of my first Altenew layering kind of stuff, something I did, and I'm just gonna cut this into strips, and then we're gonna just do a little, like 2 little weaves. I think my first weaving video was a thank you card, and I just did 2 strips on the side, 2 strips underneath, weaved it in that corner. So, all right, we're just gonna cut that off so I can get some of the color here, and we're just gonna make a couple pieces to do a little weave like that thank you card. I'm not gonna do full basket weave on this little tiny piece because I will tell you, this technique got a little cumbersome, and then you got to tape the edges down to hold it, and then it's like, you know, to do the in and the out, and it moves on you. But I just thought I'll do 2 little weaves, like I did that first weaving card on my channel. Okay. So what you do first is you just take 1 strip. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, the weaving, it took me a while to figure it out on my Cricut. But if you don't have a weaving, to make these templates for a full-on background card, it took some time to make it, to get it to cut right and everything like that. It probably took me 4 hours, but it's doable to do a Cricut template when you do this. All right, now I just take and I'm going to pop this in the corner here. And actually, I can glue this one down. So it's just overlapping, lay one down, overlap the second one, and then I'm going to overlap this one, and then I have to overlap the other one. So the other one actually needs to sneak under this one first before that dries too much on me. So I got to sneak this one under so I get that weave, right? Like so. We'll re-glue that down. Now you take your other piece, and since this is under, this needs to go over and then under here. And I have a card where I made this little corner weave, and I put the sentiment right there in that corner. So this goes over and under. You'll find if you do these weave cards, you're going to talk to yourself a lot. Over, under 2, under 3, as you do them. All right, let's just cut these off. like so. Okay, so this is my other highlight of my little weaving techniques of some of my first videos. And this is the start of my first series of weaving that I did. I wonder if I can get that dark. Oh, there we go. It's a little dark. Okay. Let me just show you on front camera on this one too, so you can kind of see. There it goes. 2 up and 2 to the side. Okay. And then I weaved in that corner. All right. So that is number 3. Number 4 highlight, we've got 9 of these. My Anthony's Papercraft zinnias. Okay, my very first zinnia card, and this is again before I invested in some products. Okay, so that very first zinnia card up on my channel, go check it out. This card was posted on March 7th, 2023. My first video as a design team member. So I took the zinnia corner, so I took this corner stamp, okay? And I love this stamp, by the way. I truly love this stamp because zinnias are bright. Usually zinnias are bright colors. So this is a fun one to color with watercolored pencils, colored pencils, ink re-inkers, any medium works amazing for this. This even works really cool just to ink smush and stamp this down. So anyway, so this was my first card as a design team member. And so I thought it would be fun to do this. Now I hadn't invested in a ton of product at the time. And so what I did, and this is what we're going to do tonight too, because this is how I started, is I'm going to grab just a couple. I only had Crayola colored pencils, okay? And that's what I colored it with. Then I did a couple different techniques with this as I went along. Just because I was using what I had and I was trying to, you know, be creative and I mean, honestly, they work great. They work fantastic, actually. Even if you just use crayons. I mean, whatever you have is kind of what I was going with and the theme I started out with doing these, right? All right. Okay. Now we're just going to stamp this in all fashion to give credit where credit is due. Let me dry this just a little bit. We're going to color this with colored pencils, my Crayola colored pencils. Now what I like about this story is I had somebody on Instagram see this, then go watch the video, and I had already reached out to her about her Copic coloring because I wanted to learn how to color like she did. So I started doing it with my colored pencils. She saw this video. She's like, "You're doing great. I love it. Like, you got nothing to be scared of," and yada, yada, yada. Well, lo and behold, I get a package in the mail from her. And I'm not going to call her out. Just she knows who she is, and I don't want people to reach out to her and go, "I want something." I just want to make sure I got good colors that match. I'm talking too much. We'll just go pink and yellow. How's that? So she sent me 120, I think it was 120 set of Prismacolor colored pencils. I was in complete shock that somebody that doesn't even know me would send me something. I was so appreciative of it. So then that started that rabbit hole of learning another product, and then just that whole like learning products and that concept with my channel too. So thank you. You know who you are. Appreciate the gift more than you know. And then here's the other fun part about this story. In talking with this person, we realized we had some things in common about family members, mothers, fathers dying, and birds. And so I sent her a little, I think it was a cardinal. I think I sent her after my first thing I colored with these colored pencils that were gifted to me. I colored a cardinal from Anthony's Papercraft and sent it to her as a thank you. And then that started the whole conversation of birds, and her family member that passed was into birds, and that just started that whole connection. Like this is going into that whole thing of this group of people, right? Yes, Elizabeth, they truly, like, that's where I'm going with this. Like, they're just truly giving, supportive, and that's what I was talking about at the beginning, that is one of those unexpecteds that I honestly didn't expect to run into doing this YouTube channel and starting things. So, and again, like Elizabeth, like meeting people like Elizabeth and Biddy Penny and Jim's on I think Jim, you've been on every live that I've had. So that's that other highlight for me that I was talking about earlier, is the support, right? Okay, and I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do this really quick. I took on my card, and I had used some Gamsol. And so since this isn't too big, we're just going to do a tiny bit of Gamsol and blend this out. And this started that process of learning the Gamsol and making this work with Crayola. Crayola is very waxy, very, very waxy. So it was learning to get this to spread and to get a good blend and to get all that stuff right, is what that started with using the Crayola. Because Crayola, you have to work with these Crayolas slightly different. I actually did another video with the Crayola just saying, hey, I'm going to go for the effect of just this really hard, I was like rubbing it on really hard and getting a shiny effect off of that wax was one of my videos with the Crayola. So trying that product in just a different way. All right, I'm going to leave some of these little highlights in there white because it just kind of adds my little highlight. All right. Probably going to be most proud of this little piece because this is the Zinnias, my first design team member card, my first design team member video. I've used it a lot ever since. And so this represents that first design team member card. All right. Hey, Anne, I found you through that messenger chat. Hi from Norway. Well, hi from Norway, Anne. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. We're doing my first live. And so I have giveaways at the very end, and I'll repeat some of this stuff here that you need to know for the trivia at the end. And I'll keep repeating it, so pay attention because I've got 3 things to give away. All right, let's go into my next one. After my zinnias was my butterfly phase. All right, this one, I have a video on the card where I did this all butterflies and the whole cover front. Like, to mail this card, I'm gonna have to put it in a box because there's no way it's gonna go in an envelope. And I had all these die cut butterflies out from all these different cards that I had made and using scraps again. So this was a scrappy short thing. So we're just gonna take, and these gold butterflies are from that card. So again, I still have leftovers from that card. Okay, I'm just gonna go, I think the teals, the golds. We'll throw these teals in there. Maybe a black or 2 in there. These are all made from scraps. Okay. I think, yeah, on that big one, I might have put 2 or 3 big ones on there. I don't remember. And when I did this, I just embossed and threw some gloss on it. If I had white flecks and stuff left over, I left it. This was just supposed to be that mixed media-ish kind of card, okay? So we're just gonna throw my butterflies on here. This one's gonna have a ton of dimension on this one. So this is gonna represent that butterfly phase for the year and my kind of that beginning of a little mixed media kind of stuff that I'm now getting into. And I am making a card that represents all the phases and highlights of my first year on YouTube. And so I'm using the postage collage die set from Simon Says Stamp. And each of the 9 squares, I'm making something that represents my big highlights for the year. Come on, that one doesn't want to stick. So to catch Anne up to speed, this is my year anniversary. I had my very first card posted in February. I joined YouTube in December. And so it was a thank you card with strips on it. And that was the first little square that I made this evening. And we'll get all those in here towards the end when we put all this together. So I literally filled that card front with butterflies. And boy, oh boy, these little puppies just don't want to stick this evening. How was everybody's holidays, by the way? Now that I've just chatted up a storm, I got so excited. Hopefully everyone's recouping from family, recouping from food coma, recouping from whatever you did for the holidays. I had a nice vacation over Thanksgiving and into December. My first true vacation in about 3 years. We went to Portugal. We were in Frankfurt, Germany, Dusseldorf, Cologne, doing all the Christmas markets. And ended in Amsterdam, which is one of our favorite cities. We've been there many times, so we spent 3 days in Amsterdam. Was the end strategically, because we've been there so many times, we were just going to chill. So that was just the chill kind of end of our vacation, and it was amazing and fabulous and very restful. All right, here is, this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is highlight number 5, the butterfly phase that was posted on May 18th, 2023. That video is still out there on that one. Okay, next one, my first alt to new card. Let me get these back in their little bucket here. Okay, so this was my first alt to new set that I used. And this is the Sweet Flowers set. It is a layering stamp set. Incredibly easy to do, beautiful once you're done. Comes with the die set to cut out this big flower when you're done. So if you haven't tried Altenew, you must. If you like florals, if you like big florals, if you like layering, if you like die cut things, you must, you must, you must, you must. I'm in so much love with Altenew. That I have purchased a fair amount of Altenew this year. I will admit I have not posted a lot on Altenew because I've had other things I wanted to post on. So I will have, I'm going to be focusing on some new stuff starting at the first of the year. All this new stuff I've purchased, all the stuff I purchased on Black Friday sales, which was, I'm not going to lie, a ton. Then I'm going to focus on some of these florals and things that I have not given a fair amount of time to. I've purchased them and I have not even used them personally that much. And so we're going to make some videos of these ones and give them the attention that they deserve. So I just figured I would take and stamp this floral just like I did the zinnia. Yep. Actually, yeah, let's just go off the edge just a little bit on that. Like so. And then we're going to watercolor this, but I'm not going to watercolor this with my watercolors, even though I did that big 30-day watercolor challenge, hint, hint, and if you're here catching up, watercolor challenge for 30 days. Check those videos out. All right. I'm going to use my new addiction is, I already said this, so hopefully you've been paying attention. I'm going to use the Tim Holtz, oh, no, that's the palette one. I'm going to use the actual pencils for this one. And let me grab, where's the 2 tins I had? Oh, here they are. Watercolored pencils. If you like to watercolor, if you're into anything distressed, these are a must-to-have in your toolkit. So easy to do, so easy to color with. And I'm going to talk about another version of these on my Hero Arts 30-day challenge one. You can use this pencil, brush it on. I can go wet on pencil, brush it on, or a palette like I did too. Shavings, I have done shavings and then spritzed it on the card. There are videos that I did for Desiree Tangles, the other design team I'm on. Check those videos out on my site where I did some shavings and stuff. If you go to the live release party for holiday, I did that technique on a couple cards in there. So check that one out. All right, let's just grab, let's just do some pinks. And I'm going to go some lighter pink. What I like about this is I am just, there's like not much technique, to be honest. I'm just scribbling. And I'm getting a good amount of pigment on here because the more pigment you get down, the smoother and darker that's going to be. The less pigment, it's going to come out a little light on you. But I want some good solid pigment just for tonight's card. And then I'm just going to take a little darker pink and I'm just going to throw some of that right up in the shadows here. And then we're just going to blend those together. Super simple, super easy. You can layer the cards, you can draw in between, layer more on. I'll show you here. So I did pencil to paper. I'm wetting my brush, getting it pretty wet. And then when you start rubbing this, I call it melting. It's almost like it just melts on the paper and starts spreading. That's the only way I can describe it, is it just kind of dissolves and melts. Okay. And I'll show you the wet to the pencil to paper here once I get these colored in. So I'm just kind of melting these down, and then I'm just kind of softening those two colors together so I get just kind of an ombre-ish kind of effect between those colors. Making this one just simple just for the sake of it's just a small little, it's a small little Picasso here, you know. Okay, I'm going to take this dark one just to add a little bit more in there. So now what you can do is I can take this wet, get this wet, and you'll see it start to get kind of sticky, mucky, and then the color will start lifting onto your pencil. That's what you want, okay? And then you can just use that to paint in there as well. These are so fun. These, what I like about the Tim Holtz stuff, it's almost like play stuff. Like it just is fun to play. And I'm just kind of mucking around to get some blendy on there. And we're just going to leave that as it is for tonight. So dry that so I don't mess it up with my fingertips, which I am notorious on doing. I know Elizabeth's sick in bed after holidays, which tends to happen, I think, to many of us. I got sick after vacation. I don't know if it was just from running in different climates or if it was literally, you know, you're on vacation and then you get sick afterwards. So that tends to happen, I think, to many of us. So dry that up. Okay, so this is from my first Altenew stamp set. And this is the my first layered flower stamp set that I used with them. Okay, all right, we'll set that one aside. Next one up. So embossing folders. So I, like my other stuff, had some things from Amazon. Embossing folders was one of them. And so I was using some of those. Then I discovered, this was I think my first embossing folder, and I forgot to grab it to which one it was, where I did some distress and then embossed it. Okay, this was one of the cheapos. Okay, there's a difference. There is a difference between these. These are still usable. Not gonna lie, they're still usable. So definitely use what you have. I'm not dogging them at all. But this was just one of those upgrades that I started doing and discovering because I started seeing all this other techniques to do with embossing folders. So then I'm like, oh, I got to get more embossing folders to try all these different techniques. That's what it was. Lunar paste was one of them. I have some cards out there where I did some lunar paste and painted it like watercolor. Love, love, love my lunar paste. So that was another discovery. I'm not doing a card with it this evening. So I'm just going to take one of my new ones. I haven't even used it yet. This is the Rainbow Splash from Simon Says Stamp Mosaic Tulips Embossing Folder. I'm just going to literally take this and run this through. I'm going to try to get this stamp lined up directly on one of these flowers. Like so. Hold that down. Bring this over. This is something I still haven't figured out, is how to layer up my stuff on my big shot. So forgive me if this is actually working. I have not figured out my layers. Even though there's instructions, I still can't figure it out. So it is what it is. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Got my little embossing. See if I can block the light. There you go. So my little tulip in there. You can color this, you can watercolor this, you can just leave it white. What I think I'm going to do for fun, and I forgot to add this to my list, and I should have, my other biggest discovery that I've done with every single medium I can think of, I've put it in inks, I put it in re-inkers, I've watercolored with it, I've done it afterwards, I brushed it on, is perfect pearls. I got into this one so much that, yeah, hello, I had to get a whole bunch. So let's just do a little perfect pearls on this. Last minute. Oh, lunar paste, Elizabeth. Yes, oh my gosh. And I haven't used that one enough either. I haven't committed to it, but I love it. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the perfect pearls. This one, I'll turn it upside down to figure it out. And I'm actually just going to brush this all over this piece. Just like so. I'm going to just give it a tiny, tiny, tiny mist. And then rub this in. There we go. Love this stuff. Absolutely love it. Hang on, I need to get that just a tiny bit more wet so it sticks on me. This stuff is fun to mix with watercolors and stuff for sure. All right, I'm going to dry this just a little bit because that's pulling that paper on me. So this was just representing my discovery of techniques with the embossing folders, better embossing folders, and 3D embossing folders, okay? And I just decided last minute to add some perfect pearls to this one. This one is turquoise, just so you know, turquoise, okay? All right, throw that away, put that one to the side. Let me just wipe off my perfect pearls here. Okay, we're almost done, and then we're going to a quick assemble. All right, Hero Art's my 30-day watercolor challenge, hint, 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 was this stamp set from Hero Arts, Peonies Bunches, okay? Let me just take this out of my Misty from the Alta New, okay? And now we're going to do the Peonies Bunches. I spent 30 days trying different techniques, different products, different ways to shade, all the above on this stamp set. Then this is the one where I said at the beginning, I did switch to this stamp set for the final techniques and all of that, all of the above and what have you, right? Okay. And I didn't prep this like I should have, but I think we're going to emboss it because I did emboss every single one of these for that 30-day challenge to keep the water contained. So let's just do that really quick. I didn't pre-emboss it, but that is just fine and dandy. Okay, I'm going to just use the one flower. We're going to go this way. Corner with a leaf. How's that? Lifted that up, so we're going to go corner with the leaf. Get out the Versamark. Those of you tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. My 1-year anniversary YouTube is special. It is like your Christmas special. I've got my Christmas bow tie, Christmas suspenders on. I dressed up for the occasion. And we're just making a card representing my highlights for the year. So I've got 9 highlights because I'm using the postage stamp die set to fill in as a highlight for everything I wanted to highlight for the year. All right, we're just going to throw a little black embossing on this. And then I'm going to use on this one of my favorite products, which is the Tim Holtz watercolored pencils that I've turned into a palette. Not my idea. I got this from Amy R. from Prairie Paper and Ink. Watching her, love her stuff, love her style, love her videos, love her just her conversation and her fun demeanor and everything. So love watching her. She did this and got this set out. I loved it so much that I'm like, I gotta share this. I reached out to her and said, do you mind if I share this? Not my idea. I'll admit it. I'll call you out. She said, absolutely. She goes, it wasn't my idea anyway. It was, now I can't remember. She goes, I got it from so-and-so and put it on my channel. So I just wanted to be fair because I know as artists, we like, you know, if I'm going to do something I saw from somebody else, or I'll call out, hey, I got this off of Pinterest and I'm just making my version of it, I'm going to call that out. All right. Let's give this a little watercolor, and this is just, I love this. You gotta see. If you have not seen somebody do this, you gotta see this. Okay. All right. Embossed Peonies Bunches by Hero Arts. All right. This is the Tim Holtz palette, Distress palette, and there's two of these because I have all 72 pencils. You take shavings from the watercolored pencils. So you take these pencils, take the shavings, so I took a sharpener shavings and let them drop into each little palette. Then I took a water bottle and wet it down. Then I had to take like a toothpick and kind of like stir it so it would all dissolve. And then you get this like a palette, basically pan type watercolor, right? Really fun. This gets them super creamy when you color with these. So a couple techniques I learned with this one. Wet it, and then pull that water back after you've got that wet to work with better blooming and things. So let's just do what I did on my 30-day challenge. I get this good and wet. I did not put this on watercolor paper. Nope, I did not. So this probably isn't going to work the best because I didn't put this on watercolor paper, but that's just the way it's going to be. All right. Watercolor paper works the best. So we'll just go with this because I know it's not going to bloom like I want it to. Wet this down like you would a pan set. Gets creamy real quick. And then you just fill in the gaps. Like so. It's as easy as this. And then I'm not going to be able to bloom and pull back water because it's not on watercolor paper. But what I will do is I'll dry this and then we're going to just add some shadowing in there once I get this dry. And redo that. Okay. So I'll get all these colors in here first right now. Like so. I like a little bit, if you watch that series, I like a little yellow greens, like a little yellow in my greenery. So you'll almost always see like a yellow green in my greenery, even a straight yellow. Every single time. Very rare, unless I'm doing like a bluish green or something, but almost always. All right, now I'm just going to take a little bit of the color here and just add some darker shadowing. Just representing what I did, even though this is going to be more of a one color for that 30-day challenge. Okay? There you go. This is the Peonies Bunches flower. Tim Holtz palette with the Tim Holtz watercolored pencil shavings in there. You saw how smooth and easy that went on. Lots of other techniques. I didn't represent the techniques real well with this because I don't want this to get, we're at an hour, so and I'm almost done. All right, go check out that 30-day watercolor challenge. There are some favorites in there. Number 8 is one of my favorites. I think 15, the rainbow one of my favorites. The last one of my favorites. So you got to check that one out. All right, get that dry. And then we're going to move on to, how many do I have left here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, last one. Yay, last one. Okay. The last one I had was that big, huge video, the ink smushing with old books that hit 9,700 and some hits on it. Not sure what happened. I would love if all my videos hit that, but we know how that goes, right? And so I'm just going to do that. Here's what I did. I just took some old pages of books. I went to the antique store and bought some old books. And I just made some mixed media kind of something with them. So we're just going to tear a piece, very brittle. In the process of this, I had people reach out to me and tell me some suggestions on how to do this better, because I didn't have this at the time and I was putting it on regular paper, is gesso. All right, so now I'm experimenting with gesso. I've got a video coming up probably tomorrow using some gesso and tissue paper. Okay, so then I just took that, we're going to just add a little page. I just put some mixed media on there and wet that down over top so it sticks. So get it wet on top and bottom. Gesso gives what you're putting it on, it gives it tooth, right? So if I'm putting this on not watercolored paper, it would give it some tooth to hold whatever product you're going to put on it. Is all that is. Okay, so it's like a glue kind of medium. Again, this is one I am learning, but it is fun because it just changes what you can do. Might take a little longer to get this one dry, but what I'm going to do now is just do some really quick, simple ink smushing. I'm going to get out my oxides for this one, and I want to do, I had, let's see, let's do some peacock feathers. And we're going to throw on a little bit of, I want a little pink in there, I think. Sponge sugar and antique linen. Okay. Ooh, that dried up really nice, actually. Heat gun, another purchase this year that I don't know how I lived without. All right. I'm just going to do some very quick ink smushing. Get out that craft mat. This stuff reacts different on the craft mat than it does on the glass. So just know that. Get a good mix. These should mix pretty easy. I was using them earlier. So just a little bit of that one. We're going to go peacock feathers. This is like kindergarten play for me, this distress stuff. Now that I'm figuring out how to use them, what they do, how they react, I'm telling you, be ready. That's all I can tell you guys, is be ready, because you're gonna see distress coming out my ears in videos and products and stuff in my videos coming up this year on my YouTube, because I'm investing in this to go. I'm going full on with some mixed media. It's ended up my style of stuff, and I'm super excited about it. All right, 3 colors. Throwing a little bit of water. Let me trim this so it's all done and ready, actually, so I don't have to fuss with it after I've got it inked. So trim this off. So I did just some old paper. I can't remember what stamp I used on it. And ink smushing, because I was just kind of figuring out the ink smushing. And I'm just going to go a little bit of pink in that corner. And lesson on this, you can always pull this back. So I'm going to pull that back and try to get my pink in there. There we go. And then let's just throw that texture into it. And get a little bit extra in there. That's it. I layered other stuff on this, but I want this one just to represent the technique, represent getting in kind of what I feel was my first mixed media medium, which was the old paper. I saw some stuff on other creators of the old books and things. I know Anthony from Anthony's Papercraft uses a lot of old music, which I love, like on Christmas cards and different things, the old music pages and stuff. He uses that a fair amount. So that's really fun to me too. Okay, you guys, this represents all my stuff. So just to recap, remember that first video was my thank you card. Then 30-day challenge was one of my favorite top things that I did. Let's just throw that back up there now that my camera's not gone funky on us. Let's just throw that back up. It is my 1-year anniversary, so we've got that stuff up there. Okay. All right. Let's move my mess, clean my mess, and let's assemble this card. Okay. All right, let me find my little pieces here. All right, let's go back to the beginning. This was my distress spray in rainbow. I put distress spritz matching colors over it. So I got nice shimmer. Ooh, see now the camera's working and now look at that. For that die cut, right, which is what I cut all the postage stamps out of. Black background because you're not going to see it anyway. I could have used any, it's just scrap. I could have used any scrap. I just grabbed black just as I wanted this to make sure it looked good. For tonight, okay? And just lay this right over that black, like so. Oops. I moved it. Okay? All that glue is going to get covered up anyway. Okay? I like dimensionals a lot. So we're going to put each one of these up on dimensionals on this card. I like texture. This is the other, you know, if you want to talk about self-discovery like I was at the beginning. I love texture, I love dimension, and I love color. So that's kind of my discovery this year of you know, learning your style of your card. You know, you've got to know, kind of know your style. Stick with it. Don't be shy with it, you know. That was kind of my discovery. And you know what? Let's add to that. I don't know if I can do this, if it'll take my year away. It will take my year away. Sorry, I'm going to put my face back up. Don't be shy. Like, I'll be honest. I'm gonna just call it out tonight. I'm doing what I want to do. That was my other discovery: is do what you want to do. Don't worry about are people going to watch it? Are you going to get followers? Are people going to like it? Are people going to judge it? I'm doing what I want to do. Because guess what? I'm having fun doing it. And I do feel like I make pretty decent cards. So I'm going to do my thing, and here we are. But I do like texture, and I do like color. And I'm having a blast learning it. Cordelia! Oh, Cordelia. We're going to throw you up here, Cordelia. Hang on. I got to get you up here. Maybe not. Hang on. There we are. Hey, Cordelia, right here, right? Do it right on this. Thank you for stopping by. Glad to have ya. Cordelia lives not too far from me. And Cordelia, you promised me going to the winery close by that we both love so dearly. So we gotta set a date and go have some wine. For sure. All right, I got to get these back in order because I want to keep these in order. So thank you card first. Let me find that. Here's the thank you card. Oh, see, now I can see it. Those strips. Okay, I just did not put stamp thank you on this one. This was my first card, remember, that I made for a video. Okay, and this one was from January 17th. All right, here's the first card with the thank you. Okay, second card was the household background card with the household items. This was from the balls going around like the marbles inside my splatter box. Okay, that video is posted on February 18th. Okay, let's get that one in the second slot. Come back tomorrow on my Instagram because I'm using this same set and doing a card for the card hop tomorrow. The card hop tomorrow that I'm on, the next one is the Xenia. So this is the Xenia, my first card as a design team member for Anthony's Papercraft. Cordelia, to get you caught up, this is each square is representing highlights of my first year on YouTube and the reason behind them. Come back tomorrow at 11 o'clock on my Instagram and you'll see my version of this card. So the theme was birthday card and mood board. She gave us the parameters of the color and it's her birthday, so we had to make it birthday themed with winter colors and snowflakes and different things of the mood board. The mood board will be on the, of what our inspiration was, will be on the post. So I turned this into a mood board. So each section was a different portion of that mood board. Okay, Xenia, so then the butterflies from my big, huge butterfly phase for the year. That's kind of cute on a little stamp, actually, like that, with all that dimension. All right, yes, postage stamps, Cordelia. The one right off the square or the old house? Are you talking about the winery? I'm talking about Nutwood Winery. I thought you and I had talked about. Butterflies, all to new, my first all to new card, okay? This is like remember the word memory, or the game memory, picking it up and like, where's the two that match? This is my first Xenia stamp, and my first experience with layered stamps, true layered stamps. I'm going to recap this really quick too at the end, just to go over, okay? I'm going to switch this. I think I want this coming. No, we're going to go this way. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. Appreciate it tremendously. Those of you that have just popped in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, they have. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm talking about there's a house on the property, then there's a little shed where you can go wine tasting, and then there's the one where the restaurant and things is, that one. There's the restaurant, which is down by the brewery, not that one. I want to go to the actual winery. Where did I leave? Embossing folder. So the embossing folder one, so this was my discovery of upgrading my quality of embossing folders into 3D folders, into techniques, all the different techniques with embossing folders that I hadn't tried. And I just purchased a whole bunch of embossing folders on Black Friday sale, so guess what's coming out first part of this year is some embossing folder videos. Hero Art's 30-day challenge. This was where I did my personal 30-day challenge of learning process and techniques for watercolor. One of the funnest things I think I have done all year, quite honestly. It was time consuming though. By the time I did one every day, edited it, and you know how all that works, right? This was the Hero Arts Peony Bunches stamp. I think I missed one. What did I miss? My thank you, my household. Ah, criminy. I missed one, but we're gonna throw it at the end. The weaving card. The weaving card should have went right here, but that's too late. That's okay. We'll throw the weaving one at the end. This is the ink smushing with the old books. This is the one where I got the most hits at 9,700. Got me super excited and thought, holy criminy, I didn't expect that. Okay, then we're going to go back up. This one was the weaving. My weaving techniques and my Easter baskets. No, because I could tell you, Cordelia, we could tell you where all the breweries and the wineries are. Pardon me, hopefully that wasn't too loud. Because that's what we do. It's just, that's our thing on the weekends. Pardon me, gotta get a drink. Okay, that's it. Let's find my card base. And I'm going to throw this up on my card base, and I have a sentiment to myself. Okay, here's my card base. I did an A2 top folding card. I took my Hero Arts 30-Day Watercolor Challenge stamp, and I made it into a rainbow stamp on the inside. Okay, let's throw this on my card base. And I'll show you my little sentiment to myself. I am not going to give this card away. I am not going to give it to anybody. I'm going to keep this card for my personal little memory stash to myself and keep this. Because this I just feel like is a milestone, and this just represents it all, right? All right, I am going to make a congrats to myself on this card. So this is going to be a congrats card, and I didn't realize this was upside down. That's why I went all wonky earlier. My camera's flipped on me. I'll show you the upward version of this. This is from, this is the big and bold Simon Says stamp set. Comes with the stamp and the die. So I actually stamped out the die cut from a scrap piece of paper that I had ink smushed and splattered. And then I offset it onto my sentiment, so I just had a little background of here. Just to give it, again, some texture and some layers that I like so much. Okay. Let's give this to myself with a, since I have the butterflies here, I don't want to go over the butterflies, so I think I'm going to go right down here. A little congrats with a little mixed media feel to myself. There we have it. I'm going to turn this way so you all can see it. Okay, here's my card. Let's just recap this really quick. And then we're going to go up to the up camera and I'm going to give you guys my trivia questions. I've got 3 giveaways from Anthony's Papercraft, $40 a pack, a bundle of product for $40 each to give away. See if you guys get these trivia questions. All right, my first card, thank you card with the strips. My first kind of true how-to video with household products. This was the balls in paint and rolling in my splatter box. My first card with the Xenia stamp as a design team member for Anthony's Papercraft. My butterfly dimensional phase. My first Alta New card. My embossing folder learning curve and phase and learning different techniques and investing in better folders. My watercolor 30-day challenge to myself to learn better watercolors with the Hero Arts Peony Bunches. Underneath this one is the video that went semi-viral at 9,700 hits for me on the ink smushing and old paper mixed media card. And then my weaving phase. First video I did was just 2 weaves in the corner, but I did a whole weaving technique video of basket weaving. So there you have it. Let's do front view. That might come out a little bit better. This color looks better here on this camera too. So there's my card. Thank you all so much for hanging with me. I'm getting my trivia out. I got to get a pen so I can write down my winners. All right. All right. Oh, there's their fault. Whose fault? Oh, hubby's getting you sick. Yeah. Yes, for sure. Okay, you guys all ready? Here's what we're going to do. There's rules to this giveaway. You've got to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on YouTube. You've got to be a follower on Instagram, Manly Made Minute on Instagram, and then you've got to get this question right, okay? Here's my giveaways. Let me grab my little piece of paper. I am offering 3 packs from Anthony's Papercraft because I felt it appropriate since that's my first design team ever. He is going out of business on the 1st of January, so go over to his website. Everything is 50% off. A ton of videos I've got out. Elizabeth, ECR, has got a ton of videos out on his stuff. So we've got videos showing and highlighting his stuff. Super cheap, you guys. These stamps are like $6, $7, $7.50, $1.75 for a pack of 5 patterned paper. Let's clear out his store and get this guy going out in style. He's not going away. He's going to be doing some classes, and I think he's got something else in his back pocket to soon be announced if he can get it up and running, but more to come on that. All right, first package. I've got the Xenia stamps because that's my first stamp and my first card. I've got the Chickadee stamp because I love that stamp. I love his birds and his cardinal. And then the pumpkin pear, little Halloween in there. Okay, second pack I'm going to give away. The Cupcake stamp set, the Floral Background 2 stamp set, and the Teddy Bear stamp set. I just did a video on the teddy bear, super cute. And then the third stamp set, one of my favorites of his, the Christmas Foliage stamp set, Gladiolas stamp set, and then 2 packs of 5 patterned paper. So a 5-pack of the Pansy Blue and a 5-pack of the Daisy Pink. Daisies are amazing. That cardstock is super thick. All right, you guys ready? Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to watch my chat. The first person to pop up the answers in the chat, I'm not doing this giveaway after today's live, so this is just for today, December 26, 2024, okay? Here's the first question. The first person to pop up this answer in the chat is going to be my winner, and we'll move on to the next one. I am slightly delayed by, I think, 10 to 20 seconds when this posts live for you guys, so I will wait. And then I'll hit the stop button and I'll wait a little bit before I go to the next one. So here is question number 1. What was, I've said hint, hint many times in this live, so hopefully you were paying attention. I try to be a good teacher. What was my first card I made a video of? I'll hold this up if you need a refresher. What was my first card I made a video of? Okay, First answer to go in the chat is going to be the winner of the zinnias, the chickadee, and the pumpkin pear. Thank you, Cordelia. The card looks great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, waiting for this to pop up because I know there's a delay. By the time I say it, it hits the live, YouTuber. What was my first card I ever made? I'm going to give you a hint. Give you a hint. Okay. Come on, there's like 10 of you in here. I'm waiting for an answer. What was my first card I ever made? If you get it close, I'll give it to you. What was my first card I ever made? It was released on January 17th, 2023. Pop it in the chat so I know you've got the answer. I'll take the first person in the chat. Elizabeth, yes, you do. That is very true. Yes, Elizabeth. Anybody? 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 I'm going to wait. Right here. Right here. Right here. Okay, so nobody's grabbing this one. I may have to... Norma. Thank you, card. Norma! Norma, Norma, Norma! Yay! Hang on. Yay, Norma! Good job, Norma. All right, so this one's going to Norma. Norma, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Norma, direct message me on Instagram. I can also give you my email. I'm open to giving you my email. Direct message me on Instagram, Manley Made Minute, or email me, smanley617 I will not give it out. smanley, S-M-A-N-L-E-Y, at 6174 @gmail.com. I will get this to you. So congrats, Norma. All right, question number 2. I recently did, you guys better been paying attention. I recently did a 30-day challenge of what? What was my 30-day challenge of? Gonna give you a hint. What was this card? I recently did a 30-day challenge of what? This one goes out to get a winner for the cupcakes, floral background 2, and the teddy bear. And don't forget, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm almost at 1,000, you guys. Get me at 1,000 on YouTube. And then Instagram, all right? Cordelia, yay! Watercolor. Yes, 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 Cordelia. All right, Cordelia, same. Email me, smanley617 @gmail.com. I will get you this cupcakes, floral background 2, and the teddy bear set. All right, last one, you guys, and then this is the night. So thank you for hanging with me. Don't forget to like my videos. Don't forget to check out some of these videos and hit that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. Last one, for the Christmas foliage, gladiolas, and really good designer series paper, the pansy blue and the daisy pink. Last question. What year is this anniversary for me on YouTube? You guys better not get this wrong. And I'll give somebody a hint here. Stand by, I'm gonna give you a hint. What year anniversary is this for me? For YouTube, okay? Yeah, that Christmas foliage, you guys, is such a nice stamp set. Oh my gosh, there's plenty left. If you did not win it, go buy it. Jim Eber, that's my guy. 1 year on YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. Jim, email me, smanley6174 @gmail.com. I'm gonna get you this set. So this is for Mr. Jim Eber. You guys, thank you so much for hanging with me. This was a blast. This is my year in review card. I'm gonna hang on to this one for myself. We'll set it back in my background and that's where it's gonna hang. So I appreciate you guys so much. This was so much fun. And watch for me in 2025. I've got a ton of new stuff, ton of new content. I'm thinking I'm getting rid of Monday Moments just momentarily because I got another thing I want to do for some series, which I think would be just kind of kitschy and fun because it's one of those like techniques things and whatever. I don't want to give it away yet because I don't want anybody to steal it. So look for me in 2025 and thank you all for hanging with me. Have a great night. The three of you email me, smanley6174@gmail.com. And you guys all have a wonderful, great evening.